Pat Hindle with Microwave Journal, and I'm here at EuMW 2023 in Berlin talking with Greg Baker, CEO and President of Altum RF. How are you doing, Greg?
Hi, Pat. Great. It's nice to be here.
So you've been in business, I think, 5 years or so, and you've been evolving. What are some of the challenges and opportunities you've come across these 5 years?
Yeah, so I think when we first met you guys, it was in Boston in 2019, and so we've been through a lot since then. At the early days, we actually started off with a nice design team in Sydney, and since then we had to rebuild some infrastructure. So we've gotten the lab set up, we've gotten all the engineering tools in place, built all the infrastructure, and really focused more on the front end, so on the design, the NPD process, new product development. We were able to get ISO 9001 certified. So we've gone through all that and done a lot of the heavy lifting on the front end, and now we're reaching the point where we have a nice library of intellectual property, and we have a lot of standard products, over 40 standard catalog products, and we're focusing more on the back end. So now as the orders come in, and we have a lot of active sampling, customer support, we're starting to focus more on the back end where we need more operations for ramping up quality, qualifications, and we also need more app support. And so we're focusing more on the back end, and we've kept our burn rate fairly stable, but now as the revenue comes in and we start to ramp up, we're starting to add some more resources on the back end.
And so what kind of markets are you evolving into now, and how have you changed?
Yeah, one interesting thing is when we started, the group we had in Sydney was really focused on high frequency. So pretty much X-band all the way up to 100 gig, past E-band. And so we've continued to do that because it seems like the market is very focused on the higher volume below 6 gig. And we really made a point to go after the millimeter wave, microwave millimeter wave. And so we do things from, like our sign says, 10 to 100 gigahertz. So we do a lot of X-band for a lot of the active scanned arrays. They have the silicon chips, which are nice, but you also need, for higher performance, you need a front-end component. And we also see that for SATCOM, for Ka-band SATCOM. And then we're focusing a lot on E-band, 71 to 86 gig. And then beyond that is D-band, which is like 130, 170, and that gets a lot more challenging because there's not as many good processes and the test equipment gets a lot more expensive.
And so you talked about processes. You're fabless, so you have your choice of any kind of material or platform. How do you choose what platform you use?
Yeah, as a small company, we pretty much need to have the best in class, or we need to have leading edge or bleeding edge performance sometimes. So we have to go with the most recent advanced processes, which could be a challenge because a lot of times the maturity of the technology is you kind of balance that out. And one good thing in our team, we have a couple of PhDs that do modeling because the PDKs you get from the fab sometimes are not fully ready to go. So we do our own modeling. We do nonlinear modeling for the transistors. We also do thermal modeling. So to answer your question though, we focus on compound semiconductors for the lowest noise performance and the highest power. And right now we're using GaN, like 0.15 GaN up to about 40 gig, trying to go up to 50, 60 gig for V-band, Q-band. And then we're using gas all the way up to over 100 gig now.
Wow. And so what are your go-to marketing strategies? How do you present your products and get them out into the field?
Yeah, like I mentioned, we don't have an extensive sales team, so we actually work with a lot of specialty reps, RF reps. And that can be a challenge because a lot of them are already taken, and we've actually put together a pretty good network. So we have specialty reps in each region, and we also have distribution. We have Richardson Electronics globally, and we also use DigiKey for evaluation boards, so just to make it easier for customers. And for promotion, we work with you guys a lot, Microwave Journal, both in the print and online. And Julie does a lot of work with you guys, and so we try to do that. And then we have app notes and white papers that we write to get a little broader exposure.
And so what do you see as some of your future opportunities and markets?
Yeah, I think staying up and moving up the frequency chain, like I mentioned, E-band's big. We're seeing E-band for telecom and satellite, which is nice. It used to just be for telecom, for backhaul. And but another thing that's interesting, right now up to about 40 gig you can do QFN packages, but we're working on extending that with some air cavity packages and laminate packages. So the challenge as the higher frequency markets go into volume, chip and wire is good, but it's expensive and it's hard to rework. So we're looking at surface mount. So we'll be introducing some surface mount package parts up to 100 gig. So I think making it more scalable and lower cost for manufacturing as customers move up in frequency is a challenge. And one other thing on the process side, the GaN is really good, for power, the high power and efficiency. But right now, it only goes up to about maybe 50 gig, and so we're working with a couple of our fabs to go up in frequency to cover the E-band and beyond.
Well, it's great to follow you, and you're doing very well in the market, and we hope you have future success. It's Pat Hindle from European Microwave Week 2023.